Hey, what's up? It's Hobart. I haven't been on YouTube in a long time. I used to review the Galaxy S3 back in the day, back when we used to root and ROM and put custom ROMs on our phones. But, I've grown up since then, and obviously we don't do too much rooting anymore. But I do have the Galaxy S10 Plus on Sprint, and I do have the Android 10 beta with the One UI 2.0. So this is the second version of Samsung's One UI. It's kind of confusing to say Android 10 beta One UI 2.0, but that's what it is. So let's quickly look and see what they've told us they're changing in the new Android 10 on the Galaxy S10. First thing, they've got full screen gestures. This only works on the Samsung launcher. It does not work on custom launchers yet until they implement it, but I will show you the gestures that are on the screen, and that basically, instead of those three buttons, you're going to have gestures that you do to be able to navigate your phone. They have updated one-handed mode, so there's some new things in there. Media and devices, they have replaced Smart Things panel with media and devices. So if you look here, media and devices shows now instead of Smart Things, and I'll show you a little bit about that later on. Biometrics, they have enhanced the security according to Android 10 policies. Now, we have heard about the Galaxy S10s having a problem where anybody can use their fingerprint to unlock the phone, and as of the date of today, which is October 19th, 2019, we are waiting for a few more days or a week till we get the update that will supposedly fix this problem. For now, they're saying take off your screen protector, which they put on for you before you got the phone. No word yet if they're going to replace the screen protector that they're telling you to take off. Device care does have a new look to it now. Digital well-being's on the phone. The Samsung Internet app has been updated. Samsung Contacts has been updated. The calendar reminders have some new features. My Files, the calculator has been updated. Android Auto is now preloaded, and in NFC they have removed the Android Beam feature. Okay, so that's the beta update number 1 that we've gotten from them. If we go into settings and go down to software. Information, you can see we are on One UI 2.0. Android 10, our kernel was built October 10th. There's our build number, Knox version, and we are on the October 1st security patch here on this update. So let's go and take a look at some of the things that are new to the phone here. Of course, you got gestures. So let's go into gestures. You go to settings. You want to go to display. You want to go down to navigation bar, and here's where you're going to see the option to change to gestures. So full screen gestures. All right, so you can see the three icons down at the bottom go away. And if I wanted to go home while I have gestures, I would just do that. You swipe up and it brings you back home. Let's say that you're in settings and display and you wanted to go back a screen. You just slide back a screen and slide back a screen again, and you're back home again. So that's how the gestures work. I'm not a big fan of the gestures, so I'm going to... Oops. Well, there's the gestures right there. That's why I'm not a fan of them. So we'll go into navigation bar, and I'm going to turn the navigation buttons back on again, which of course brings them back up. But that's where you go for the new gestures on Android 10, which they have implemented into the Galaxy S10. Smart Things is gone up top, as I showed you. Media and devices is now there. So you click on devices, and it brings you to the screen that shows you all the different devices that you have connected to the phone. Right now I have my car and a Bluetooth speaker, and if you click on media, any media that you have, it will allow you to control it from here as well. So that is Smart Things is now media and devices. Screen record is a new thing here on the Galaxy S10 on Android 10. If you click that button right there that says screen recorder, it's going to give you a countdown, and then it's going to record your screen and anything that you do on your screen. I'm not going to have too many uses for this. I might have a use for it if my mom is asking me, how do I get to your house? And I click, well, go to Google Maps, Mom, and type my address in right here and hit navigate, and you'll get to me. I mean, maybe that's the only thing, unless you're doing a tutorial for somebody, but it is a pretty cool feature. If I hit stop, you can go into the gallery, and you can see there is the video that I just did on the screen recording. So you get to that by going to your notification shade and slide over to screen record. Of course, you can move that over to the front if you wanted to. So there is the screen recorder feature. Also, we have a link to Windows that's up here. See how it says link to Windows? If you click that, you can actually connect your phone to your Windows PC, see media, see text messages, see photos, and things like that right there on your Windows PC. It's not Samsung DeX, but it's kind of partway there, so to speak. So that's the link to Windows feature. Dark mode is something on Android 10 that a lot of people have been waiting for. So you go into settings and then you go into display and you can see dark mode right there. If you switch it off, everything is back to white again. And if you switch it on, we're back to dark again. So I'm super happy with the dark mode. Of course, Chrome is dark now. I did get my Gmail dark mode, so I do have that as of yesterday. Of course, Messages is dark. Samsung phone's dark already. And here's something else up at the top. You see how it has the time in the upper left-hand corner? They've removed the time from over here, and unless you have a notification up there, you do not have a clock, which is pretty crazy. And this seems to be only on Sprint right now. So as you see, if I remove this notification, the word Sprint comes back up, and I do not have a clock there. So that's something we reported to Samsung, hoping they can change. The LTE icon has been updated, if you can see that a little bit. So that's one thing that they've changed up in the notification drawer up top. Sounds and vibration. Let's go into there and see what they've got here. Of course, all of your sounds, your quick mode toggles are right up top here if you wanted to go from one mode to the other real quick. Other than that, everything looks the same. Notifications and status bar. Let's go into notifications. So your status bar, this is where you can allow how many icons, only 3 most recent, all notifications to have up in the top here. Some people are getting around this clock thing with having a VPN notification going at all times, but that's not something that I like. I hate notifications up in the top. I just hate it. Let's take a look at display. Of course, this is where you're going to do your dark mode, your blue light filter, also your screen resolution, your screen timeout, your edge screen. If any of you use the edge screen, this is where you're going to control it, and of course, navigation bar we've already gone to as well. So that's all, the rest of it's pretty much the same. Digital well-being is on the device now. This is where you can go in and see how much screen time that you've got, how long you're staring at your phone, how many unlocks you've done, how many notifications you've had, different ways you can disconnect, and of course parental controls here as well. So if you want to set parental controls for your kids, you can do that in this section as well. Device Care has a new look to it, as you can see here. If you don't go to this very often, it's a great place to go to clear out any garbage files, to get some of your RAM back, and also be able to get into your battery stats and get into your storage and your memory, which is your RAM. But you click the go here, it optimizes. Of course, it frees up some space, closes some background apps, and gets you back to 100%, but it does have a new look than it did before. Something else I found interesting, that when you get this update, go down in settings to the bottom to tips and help, and it shows you some different tips. It's not showing me right now for some reason, but it shows you some different tips on things that the Galaxy S10 has in the new update. Let's see if it will do it this time. Again, I am in a beta. There it is. So, for instance, the camera. You can take hands-free selfies now by holding up your palm. You can keep the shutter button within reach by actually creating a second shutter button and being able to move it around on the screen so that it's by your finger when you're trying to do, like a one-handed selfie or something like that. You can do more by recording. You can pause and resume and take pictures and all that good stuff while you're recording, which is pretty cool. Photograph the world top to bottom by taking a vertical panorama, which is pretty sweet as well. So very cool section here. It's the tips section of your settings menu. And that's about it. I just kind of wanted to show you what the new Galaxy S10 looks like on Android 10 and One UI 2.0. I appreciate you joining me today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.